The second program that we'll use for network mapping is Nmap. Now, in the previous lecture, we used NetDiscover, and we've seen how nice it is to quickly discover all the devices connected to our network, see their MAC address, and maybe get the vendor. Nmap takes scanning to a whole new level. It might be a little bit slower than NetDiscover, but it will show you much more information about the target. So you'll be able to see the open ports, you'll be able to see the running programs or the running services on these open ports. You'll be able to determine the computer name, the operating system running on that computer. If you're in a network, you'll be able to discover all of the connected clients. You'll be able to bypass security, bypass firewalls, and so much more. Nmap is actually a huge tool, and there are books and complete courses done just to teach Nmap. The Nmap book would actually be a really good read once you're done with this course. Now, because this tool is huge, we're not going to be able to cover all of its uses, but in this lecture, I'm going to show you the basics of this tool, how to use it to discover all the connected clients and see useful information about them, and we'll actually use it more when we get to the gaining access section. We're actually going to be using Zenmap, which is the graphical user interface of Nmap. So to run it in terminal, you just have to type Zenmap, or you can find it under your applications menu. Now, as you can see, it has a very simple interface. The first thing that we see is the target input box. In here, you can put your target. You can scan any IP that you can reach, whether it's a personal computer, whether it's a server, whether it's an IP for a web server, for a website, for example, that you want to discover all the open ports and all the running services on it. Or, like what we're going to do right now, we can put a range similar to what we did with NetDiscover, and it'll scan this whole range, discover all the live IPs, all the IPs of the connected machines on the same network, and display information about them. Now we'll have a look on how to scan servers in the gaining access section. So for now, since we are still in the network hacking section, we're gonna put a range to discover all the connected clients and see useful information about them. So right now I'm actually connected to my wireless network. That's why I'm gonna specify the whole range on that network, and we've seen how to get that in the previous lecture. So it's 192.168.1.1 over 24. At the bottom, you can see the command. This is actually the Nmap command that will be executed when I hit the scan button. So like I said, Zenmap, what we're using right now, is just a graphical interface that will run this Nmap command in the background and show me the results. So if you know a custom Nmap command, you can put it here, or if you just want to see Nmap in terminal, you can literally copy this command, paste it in terminal, and it'll give you the same results that you would get if you run it here. Alternatively, if you don't really know much about Nmap and its commands, you can use one of the ready profiles in here. So in this lecture, we're actually going to be using a number of these profiles, and we'll see the difference between them in terms of speed and the information gathered. So I'm going to start with the ping scan. This is a very quick scan. It literally just pings every possible IP in the range, and if it gets a response, it'll record this response and it'll show me the devices that gave me a response, which means that these are the devices connected to the network. Now, a lot of devices do not respond to ping requests even if they are alive, so the list that you'll get in this scan might not include all the devices connected to your network. Now, once the scan is done, as you can see, we can see the list of all the connected devices in here. And in here, we can also see the MAC addresses for each of these devices. We also can see the vendor. So for example, we can see that the device at 192.168.1.1 is a Cisco device. This is actually my router, and it is made by Cisco, so this is correct. So we can go ahead and start looking for exploits in this device. We can also see the 192.168.1.10 is a HTC device, and again, this is a HTC phone. This is correct. And since it's HTC, then we know that it's probably running on Android. So as you can see, we're getting more information about the connected clients. Again, we can see the 192.168.112 is an Apple device. So it could be a phone, a tablet, or a Mac. We can see the next device is a Dell. So again, it was a very quick scan, but as you can see, it still gave us much more information than what we got from NetDiscover. The next scan that I want to show you is the quick scan. Now this is going to be slightly slower than the pink scan, but it's going to show us more information. So right now you can see that the scan is showing us the same information that we seen before with the pink scan, but it's also showing us the open ports on each one of the discovered devices. So it's able to discover the following ports in the router, and we can see that port 80 is open. This is actually the port used for the router settings page because it runs on a web server, so this is correct. Again, we have our Apple device here that we said it might be a phone or a computer or a tablet, but we can see now it has port 22 open. So this is a port for a service called SSH, which is designed to allow remote access to the system it's running on. Again, if you go on all the other devices, you can see all the open ports and the services running on each one of these ports. Now, in the next lecture, we'll build up on this. We'll see how to gather even more information, and you'll see how important information gathering is, because we're going to use the gathered information to hack into an iPhone that is connected to the same network.